Now, let us perform an activity to understand the compressibility of different materials. Click each tab to know more. Take a 100 ml syringe. Draw the piston to suck in air. Put your finger on the nozzle. Now press the piston. Observe the depth to which piston moves into the syringe. Repeat the same procedure with water and sand. Similarly, observe the depth to which piston moves into the syringe. From the above observations, we find that gases are highly compressible as compared to liquids and solids. We learned that mostly gases are used for cooking, LPG, and in many automobiles. In all these purposes, large volume of gas is compressed into cylinders of small volume to make them potable. Now, let us perform an activity to observe the diffusion of gases. Click each tab to know more. Take some incense sticks and smell their fragrance. Place them in any corner of the room. Light the incense sticks. Try to smell their fragrance from a distance. In this activity, we observe that when we light the incense sticks, the scent in the vapor form and smoke mixes with the air and moves across the room to reach our nose. Finally, we learned that the movement of air, vapors of scent, and smoke is known as diffusion. In this case, smoke, vapor of scent, and air are highly mobile and are in the form of gases. Let us perform an activity to observe the diffusion of particles of liquids. Click each tab to know more. Take 2 beakers, fill them with water. Now take potassium permanganate. Add some crystals of potassium permanganate in a beaker. Take a dropper. Now add a drop of potassium permanganate solution slowly along the side of the other beaker. Observe the changes. In this activity, we observe that the particles of potassium permanganate and water spread and mix up with each other on their own. Finally, we learned that the particles of potassium permanganate and water move. Therefore, we can conclude that liquids also diffuse with each other like gases. Let us know about the diffusion of solids liquids and gases. We know that solids and liquids diffuse into liquids and gases diffuse into gases. Certain gases from atmosphere, particularly oxygen and carbon dioxide, diffuse and dissolve in water and support the survival of aquatic animals and plants. Diffusion, therefore, is a very important process for living things. Oxygen diffuses from lungs into blood. Carbon dioxide diffuses from blood into lungs. Solids, liquids and gases diffuse into liquids, and rate of diffusion of gases is higher than that of liquids or solids. Let us do a lab activity to observe the speed of diffusion of two gases. Click each tab to know more. The aim of this activity is to observe the speed of diffusion of two gases. The materials used in this lab activity are glass tube, rubber bung, ammonium solution, hydrochloric acid, pieces of cotton. Take 2 pieces of cotton wool. Soak one cotton piece in ammonia solution and the other piece in hydrochloric acid. Take a narrow glass tube. Insert both cotton pieces separately at the two ends of the glass tube. Now close the both ends with rubber bung. Observe the changes. In this activity, we observe the formation of a white ring from the least distance of piece of cotton with HCl solution. Because the hydrochloric acid gives off hydrogen chloride gas and ammonia solution gives off ammonia gas. Thus, we learned that the both gases react together to form a white substance called ammonium chloride. Therefore, we can conclude that HCl is more dense than NH3 because NH3 travels a farther distance than the HCl in the same period of time. Matter change its state. We all know from our observation that water exists in the 3 states of matter: solids as ice, liquids as the water, and gases as water vapor. We must have seen many other materials that can exist in different states. For example, coconut oil is usually liquid in state, but if the weather is too cold, it becomes solid. Similarly, camphor is a solid, but if we leave it in the open air for some time, it changes to gas. Solids, liquids and gases are the different states of matter, but the properties of matter are different in different states. This is because all matter is made up of very tiny particles. Let us do some activities to know about these particles and their arrangement in their various forms. Here, let us perform an activity to know how small are the particles of a matter are. Click each tab to know more. Take a beaker. Fill it with water. Now take potassium permanganate. Add some crystals of potassium permanganate in a beaker. Now, take out approximately 10 ml of this solution and add it to 90 ml of clear water in another beaker. Once again, take out 10 ml of this solution and add to another 90 ml of clear water. Carry out this process 3 or 4 times and observe changes in the color of the solution. We observe that the solution remains colored even when highly diluted, but the color of the solutions decreases with dilution. Finally, we conclude that there must be several tiny particles in just one crystal of potassium permanganate which get uniformly distributed in water to change its color.